sharing among themselves and with other relevant agencies. Without doubt, a cohesive effort is essential in combating the multifaceted security challenges facing the ECOWAS region, making it imperative for all security forces in the various nations to recognize that a unified force is vital to achieving the security of our member nations. According to the Global Terrorism Index Report 2023, Nigeria was ranked as the 8th most terrorized country globally, dropping from its 6th position in 2021. Similarly, according to our Amnesty International report, more than 120 Nigerians have been killed by bandits and other criminals since President Tinubu's inauguration on May 29th. While the blame for this may not be put entirely at the doorstep of new administration, it is a wake-up call for the newly appointed chiefs to work expeditiously on the task ahead. Boko Haram insurgency. The ripple effects of Boko Haram's insurgency in the northeast primarily affect not only Nigeria, but also extend to neighboring countries like Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Niger in the Lake Chad Basin region. These nations grappling with their own socio-political challenges are now facing heightened security threats and severe humanitarian consequences, such as displaced populations and disruption to trade. The Central Sahel saw a record surge in forced displacement in 2022, with violence, climate change, and economic challenges pushing over 2.9 million people from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger into refugee or internally displaced status. The transnational nature of this crisis emphasizes the need for a coordinated and robust multinational response. From intelligence sharing to coordinated interventions, one may expect a more unified ECOWAS under Tinubu's chairmanship. President Tinubu noted that the security architecture of ECOWAS covers a wide range of areas, including preventive diplomacy. Northeast Security Report. The economic destruction brought by the insurgency has dismantled the already fragile health and food systems, with less than 60% of health facilities in Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states being fully functional, while a quarter is being destroyed or non-functional. Women and children make up 80% of the displaced population in the Northeast and have limited options for work and survival, including difficulties accessing resources. It is said by 2030, if insurgent conflict persists, the average Nigerian in Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states will have had 20% less of education than expected in the no-conflict zones in the country. Statistics suggest that to overcome insurgent conflict, development efforts need to be focused on the stabilization of affected areas through a community-level approach that enhances fiscal security and access to justice, rehabilitation of essential infrastructure, and basic service delivery, as well as the revitalization of the local economy, such as market stalls, schools, hospitals, and police stations. There is a need for collaborations among international partners and national stakeholders to ensure that funds are invested not only on life-saving and humanitarian needs, but also mid and long-term development priorities in order to enable Nigeria and the ECOWAS regions to achieve the SDGs and attain African Union's goals by 2063. The Southeast Security Report. There is a rising insecurity in Nigeria's Southeast region, which has led to the deaths of more than 1,700 people from January 2021 and June 2023, as reported by the International Center for Investigative Reporting. According to the data, the deaths arise from protests, armed clashes, kidnapping, abductions, mob violence, secessionist groups, riots, electro-violence, and other conflicts. The affected areas are Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo. Secessionist groups such as the IPOB has played a major role in the insecurity in the Southeast region. The protracted money sit-at-home order passed by the leaders of IPOB have continued to hamper on the public service sector as well as businesses in the 5 states. There were, however, have been efforts by the state governments to end the state-at-home order, but this has proved unsuccessful. The violence in the southeast has resulted in a rise and reign of roving armed criminal groups described as unknown gunmen. This group of criminal marauders are majorly behind the killings and mob violence in the southeast. Unmasking their true identity, whether state or not state sponsored, is important to addressing the lingering insecurity in the region. It is our hope that with the emergence of a new administration at the federal and state levels, there will be a process for resolving the crisis through strategic dialogue. The economic situation. The implementation of 2020 national budget seemingly suffered setbacks and unnecessary expenditure and skyrocketing cost of living, leading to the passing of 2.17 trillion naira supplementary act by the National Assembly. To address some deficits in the economy, the 2020 supplementary budget thematically concentrates on wage award for civil servants, national security and defense, infrastructure development, cash transfer to vulnerable households, provision of seed and agricultural inputs, and on the conduct of off-season elections by the Independent National Electoral Commission, among a variety of things. Consequently, the federal government of Nigeria, led by His Excellency President Bola Tinubu, has presented the 2024 budget to National Assembly 2 days ago, being the 28th day of November. It is speculated to be the largest and ambitious, yet a realistic financial plan. The budget is anticipated to be responsive to the administration's goals and finance through a combination of savings from the scrapped petroleum subsidy, tax revenue, and new borrowings. On its part, the National Assembly desires to maintain the budget implementation cycle from January to December 2024 for effective execution. Additionally, it plans to introduce NASI's technology and innovation for monitoring budget transparency and implementation in ministries, departments, and agencies of government. With NASI, budget performance will be tracked effortlessly and meet analysis criteria for successful project implementation will be achieved digitally. Furthermore, in a bid to ensuring the accountability and probity and to mitigate wasteful expenditure, the Nigerian House of Representatives scrapped 5 billion naira meant for the maintenance of presidential yachts for the 2020 supplementary budget, while increasing the budgetary allocation for student loan programs to 10 billion naira. The GDP. The record of domestic product in Nigeria has been fair. This is despite the effect of recent naira back policy, the low crude oil output, high inflation, which weakens consumer demand, and weak growth of the private sector. Retrospectively, it was expected that growth would be weakened by 2.6% in 2023. Note that more than both the revised World Bank's forecast 2023 of 22.8% in the second quarter of the year and 3.1% growth rate in 2022. On the contrary, Nigeria has managed to stand the tide in this respect. According to the country's National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's third quarter 2023 GDP rose by 2.5%, below the 3.5% growth in 2022, with another growth prediction by Economics Intelligence Unit of 2.9% GDP by the end of 2023. While it is anticipated that real GDP growth will pick up in 2023, it has been forecast that growth would remain sluggish in 2024 or 2023. The federal government of Nigeria has unveiled plans to reinvigorate the National Asset Register to leverage the nation's assets to generate about $13 billion annual revenue, emphasizing that the register could be equivalent to 3% of Nigeria's GDP, generating about 13.3 billion naira revenues per year for the country. To improve Nigeria's fragile economy, the federal government has leverage on Nigeria's international partnerships. In this regard, Nigeria and Saudi Arabia have vowed to work together over the next 6 months to develop a comprehensive roadmap and blueprint to deliver on the agreed investment and outcomes, particularly in the oil and gas sector. To this end, the government of Saudi Arabia has pledged to invest in the revamp of Nigeria's refineries, as well as provide financial support to sustain the government's foreign exchange reforms. Furthermore, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is posted to make available a substantial deposit of foreign exchange to boost Nigeria's forex liquidity and partner with Nigeria in areas of agriculture and renewable energy to attain food and energy security in the country. Removal of fuel subsidy resulting in the increase in PMS and fuel price. Nigeria, which had for years been burdened by a costly petrol subsidy regime, on May 29th ended the unsustainable scheme, resulting in skyrocketing energy, transportation, and food prices. Nigeria's National Bureau of Statistics in November disclosed that the average retail price of a liter of petrol in Nigeria rose year on year from 189.46 naira in August 22 to 626.17 naira in August 2023, representing a 230.78% increase during this period. In a month-on-month analysis, the average retail price increased by 4.39% from 600.35 naira in July 2023 to 626.70 in naira in August of this year. In August, Taraba State had the highest average retail price for petrol at 680 naira, with Borno and Benue States coming next, with 657.27 naira and 649.24 naira respectively. Adamawa, Rivers, and Delta States had the lowest average retail prices for PMS at 494.81 naira, 596.80, and 604.63 naira respectively. The Northeast had the average retail price of 636 naira, while the Southside zone had the lowest price of 616.95 naira. The North Central had the highest price at 907.86 naira per liter, while the Southside recorded the lowest price at 820. Of a reliable source of power supply in the country. The federal government recently began the implementation of a 7.5% VAT on diesel. The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners is currently working with the government to stop the value-added tax on diesel, which contributed to the high price of BMS. The reform geared towards FX improvement. In a bid to stabilize the exchange rate and strengthen the economy, in June 2022, the central bank announced that all foreign exchange will take place in the investors and exporters platform by introducing the willing buyer, willing seller model. Before this unification of exchange rates, Nigeria had multiple exchange rates which created the room for arbitrage. The Nigerian government is committed to prioritizing a market-driven approach to FX, which will not only reflect the true value of the naira, but also improve the confidence of public investors. The policies is aimed at attracting the foreign direct investment and to stimulate economic growth. Nigeria's new foreign exchange rules is designed to crack down on illegal currency